I've got to admit that the movie Contact, starring Jodie Foster, is one of my favorite movies of all time. But little did I know that while the movie was made in 1997, it was an event that took place 20 years prior that inspired the movie.
One I'd never even heard of until now, almost 50 years later.
In the movie, Jodie Foster plays a woman who is leading the world and yet destroying her career at the same time in the search for extraterrestrial life. Until one day, she hears it. A signal from deep space that quickly becomes obvious it was made by intelligent life.
Over 100 jet skis.
Jesus, I can pick it up on my...
Until it stopped. But it resumes and the movie goes on from there.
What I didn't know was that the movie, written by the guy that got me interested in science in the first place, Carl Sagan, was inspired by an actual event called the Wow Signal.
You see, on the evening of August 15, 1977, a man named Jerry Eman was basically a real-life Jodie Foster. He even worked for the same organization called SETI and was a volunteer that night at the Ohio State Radio Observatory. Hours of data spilled across rolls of paper that to most people would look like gibberish.
But to Eman, it was a kind of cosmic Morse code. And then something strange happened.
A burst of numbers and letters that leapt off the page, 6EQUJ5. A spike so strong, so clean, it didn't fit the natural noise of the universe.
It had the exact signature that SETI scientists had dreamed about for years. A legitimate, possible signal from an advanced civilization.
And in that moment of pure astonishment, Jerry Eman did something small but immortal. He picked up a red pen, circled a strange sequence on the printout, and wrote one word in the margin.
Eman and his colleagues combed through the data for weeks, but it never repeated. Not once.
Decades later, the WOW signal remains the best candidate we've ever had for an alien transmission. 72 seconds of mystery that still mostly defies explanation.
As for Jerry Eman, he never claimed he found aliens. In fact, he was the first one to caution against that conclusion. But he did believe it was something extraordinary, something worthy of wow.
But here's where things get a little mysterious. A noted Harvard professor in present day says that the WOW signal may have actually been aliens, and they may be barreling towards us right now at speeds we've never encountered in our solar system before. You see, an object called 3I Atlas, named that because it's the third interstellar object we've ever detected, and Atlas because of the telescope that spotted it, is presumed by most scientists to be a comet.
But that Harvard scientist gives 40% odds that it's intelligent alien technology, because 3I Atlas ain't like no comet we've ever seen. First off, it's huge.
At a currently estimated 2 miles in size, it's bigger than the first two interstellar objects we spotted combined. Second, its motion is acting slightly non-gravitational, meaning subtle jets of gas may be nudging its path.
Now that would indicate that it's becoming active, which would normally cause a tail to be seen.
But 3I Atlas's tail is unusually faint considering the activity, which indicates it's likely very cold and very old, perhaps 7 to 11 billion years old.
But do you want to hear the most crazy thing about 3I Atlas?
Currently, the best estimates are that 3I Atlas came from the Sagittarius constellation.
And you know what else was thought to have been detected from the Sagittarius constellation? Wow.
For Central Oregon Daily News, I'm Space Geek Scott Elness.